So we got doors, eh?
Yep. Little statue that comes up to about your chest in the middle of a
Yeah.
winding snake.
What's the environment like? Is it the moon element stuff?
Yep.
Darkness and
It's kind of got a shadow darkness element going on, and then there's also moonlight. But even then, your vision is still limited,
yeah.
much more than you normally would, even with the affinities.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
So I only have 10 turns in here, right?
Yep.
That is affecting me, so I have an additional half action.
It is, from what you can tell, safe in the immediate starting zone.
Cool.
So at least that's good, right?
Yeah.
Excuse me.
But on the mantle of movements.
You want to move around, huh?
It's going to be important to have. Let's do.
Cool.
I guess the rabbit. Let's put the rabbit on.
Seems good.
We have a storm spirit in here.
Oh. Shouldn't be. Should be on the other layer. In fact, there shouldn't be anyone. Are you able to see something on the GM layer? That's wild.
I think it's just
Yeah.
on the GM layer.
It is on the GM layer. There, I put it on token. Now I put it back on GM layer.
Refresh.
Just getting everyone in here prematurely.
I figured. Still see the
So
storm spirit. Interesting.
You shouldn't. He's on the GM layer, but all right.
I don't tell you
Storm spirits at Chad, bro.
Rainbow moose. So for my first turn, I'll be looking around this statue, just see if I can get some insight into it, and then
If you could please, if you do roll, tell me how many degrees you get.
or let's do just an awareness roll on it. Plus 10 from unnatural senses. Let's do a coin toss first. Determine if I'm getting 2. Okay, that's good. Then 7 degrees. Rolled a 9.
Okay, cool. That is a carved representation of the world serpent.
World serpent. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Is that the one that
it
was
is
underneath the
one
clouds?
of the 10 mythical beasts.
Okay.
Mythical beasts stand at the pinnacle. They are all blessed by the pantheon.
Yeah, each god has
Um,
their own mythical beast sense. I got you.
mhm. Yeah, well, the world serpent's one of them. They are also one of the more powerful ones. Um, they are the basically drama god. They're the bringer of the end. The serpent that eats the world.
For sure.
Mhm. But it
Oh,
also has an interesting other connotation. Like
yeah.
normally, the only thing people know about the world serpent is the bringer of the end. That it is the representation of finality. It's a game over, man. But there are other interpretations that um, can be taken. It is the end of something, and in the wake of something ending, something new can begin. Um,
Yeah, just like I eat some food and then at the end some poop comes out. It's
mhm.
just how it goes.
There's also the representation of the final death.
Sure.
Mhm. It is also sometimes the representation um, of the unknown,
Okay.
because it is the creature that you can never see the fullness of. It is all you can only ever see a part of it at any time.
Hmm.
So it's a creature that represents the fear of the unknown and the unknown itself, the beast that lurks. Um, to get even a little crazier, it is the um, not quite the entity for reincarnation, for that's the phoenix. Um, but this can be a representation of rebirth from the death of your old self, becoming someone new. Um, it is also the beast that hungers, um, that can swallow anything whole. So it's got a lot of meanings depending on how you look at it, and
Sure.
which group of lore is about this guy, because there's a lot of lore involving mythical beasts. Some of it is not true, some of it is. It's all kind of steeped in mystery. Yeah, and of course the gods aren't being helpful either. They like their mythical beasts to be just as mysterious and mythical as they can. So they haven't corrected any of their servants or faithful about the details. Now, the real question is, why is a very old carving of the world serpent here? What does it mean? Or is it a red herring? Hmm.
Oh,
Uh,
next step.
come back.
I hmm?
I dropped something.
Oh,
I told it, come back, please. No, don't leave me. And it
I
was like, see you later, nerd. It's like, no.
think what we're gonna try and do first is we're gonna go into a room because there's not much else going on
The
that
doors are
I can
locked.
see. You said the doors are locked?
All of them are locked. You
Doesn't
should
matter,
not be able
Matt.
to open any of them.
There's no restrictions. There's no stopping what I can move through. That's what you said when we started this whole thing.
Yep. These doors are locked, and so the walls seem to bounce you off. But you can see that there is extra rules for this particular room.
Okay.
Go ahead and make me a test of your choice when you hit that wall.
I'm moon element, so I'll do an influence roll. 6, 10 degrees.
Only in the middle element is where elements itself, or the middle area, is where elements are going to be represented. The moment you leave these or pass these doors, there is a distinct lack of even aether. It is suffocating in the hall behind these doors.
All right.
Now, let's see what else. There is also some sort of mechanism that must be triggered to activate the doors, or at least some of the doors. Seems to be pretty important, but what is it? As the ethereal version of yourself, if you were to pass through the wall and the door,
Mhm.
you'd start to dissipate quickly. It'd be 2 turns for every one if you pass the wall. Did you want to go past?
Mm, yeah, I do actually.
All right, let me open this door for you. Da 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 da. Should be good. You see a painting of a fireplace on the wall. It crackles as if it was a real thing, that the painting was alive. Which that can't be the case. That can't be right.
So there's 4. And then 5. 5. Okay. Did I notice anything when I was passing on the back wall here? This wall.
Nope, those walls are empty.
Okay. So that's turn 3. Is there no moonlight in this? You said there was lack of elements.
There is moonlight in the main area, yes.
Right.
But the moment you wander into those side halls, it gets a little tough to breathe.
So
And there
my
is no.
question is
Hmm?
met. I have an additional half action while in the moonlight. So if there's
Hmm?
no moonlight, then I don't get that additional half action. So
Yeah,
that's kind
there
of
is
what I'm worried.
no moonlight in those side halls. In the main area, yes, there is.
Okay. So
Pouring me some tea.
so that would have been, I would have ended in here, and that would have been turn.
There we go. Perfect.
Get rid of that. Back in there.
So, how are
I
things
walked
going,
through
guys?
the hallway, so I
What's
didn't
up, Mill?
run. It's full action to go 5, 10, 5, 10, pretty much. So there's the 5th one. Um, Fireplace in there. Just okay.
Mm.
Look at the flooring. What does the floor look like? Is there any symbols, or is there any things? Oop, I just got kicked out. Let's go back. Okay. But the floor's fine, right? There's nothing up with the floor.
Nothing about the floor. This floor looks odd though.
Yeah.
It looks like scales on a snake.
Yeah. Maybe something to do with the
I'll be
statue.
back at game time.
Oh, he's doing the advanced. Oh, okay. He'll be back. That's what he said. He'll be back. He'll be back. They always come back. Alright, you want to go to that door?
Yeah, we're gonna go in that door next.
Okie dokie. Fire away. I made it so that you don't have to rotate your dude in this one. This one's going to be really annoying if you have to rotate your dude at all times. So I made it so everyone just has 360 degree vision.
Let's do a small hole there.
Yeah.
Is it still the same feeling in this one? Lack of elemental. You said all the rooms that we are lack of
Yep.
ether, right?
All the hallways. Yep.
There's 5. Back 5. So there's 7. Here, we're gonna go into this one. It's locked, Matt. Maybe Matt stepped out for a sec.
Nope. And there we go. Bloop.
Nice. So I peek my head through.
Yep.
And go in to look around to see if there's any look around at the walls, kind of get a
Bear.
good idea. Just bare.
Just stone. Yeah.
I put my hands through the walls.
Yeah. Because you're in your scouting form.
Do I feel anything behind them?
Empty space. Here.
Spaces?
Here. Yeah. They're all empty spaces on the other side of these walls.
Out. Close the door. I have one last turn. Go to here. And as I go into this one, I'll pop back to reality. So I'll only be able to move 5. That will be half action's worth.
There you go.
The painting?
It is painting. That is a painting of a liege on his throne with a tabard off to the side, that blue little splotch. So,
Gotcha.
so you found a painting with a fireplace crackling on it and a liege kind of reading a book.
Mm-hmm.
And the tabard gently flowing to some unknown wind.
But I can definitely tell those paintings are alive in a sense.
In a way.
Yeah. But no time to study the paintings, as it is time to pop back.
Okay. There you go.
Yeah.
Learn some
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mhm.
If you'd like to share, you may do so.
I will. Currently, Allie's also having headset issues. Not Mike per se, but I think the driver is gone in her computer.
Hmm.
The headset
Well,
works
that's
fine
not
on my side,
particularly good.
but it's kind of fucked over on hers, so I'm kind of confused.
Hmm. Okay.
Big takeaway, guys. There's a world serpent. Almost seems like that's the theme of the room. There's a bunch of different doors. Each door behind it seems to have a no aether zone, um, in which your elements will not help per se. There's some paintings. There's some doors without anything in them. At least that I can tell. There might be something more spiritual behind them, but I didn't see anything, at least from my sight. My spider sense didn't pick up anything. Uh, but yeah. Floor looks like serpent scales. from the world serpent. Yeah, that's the only big takeaway that I can give you right now from my sight.
We are on the back of a big snake, is what you're telling us.
Maybe. The doors are not so easily accessible. Kind of need to do some sort of thing. Maybe step on certain scales is my guess. In order to unlock the rooms because they are locked. I did find a room that had, let's say, an exit that goes somewhere else. It might lead us to the next room, or might lead us to one of those bonus areas like we had on the what would be the third floor? I think the one where
that was the third floor.
Yeah, might be something along those lines. But yeah, that's what I got so far. And then I'll explain it to the group. I'll tell them about the the meaning of the serpent, um, the mythical beast creature. That's maybe we'll have more information on the statue when people look at it. Maybe get some better details. Also, elements work in the main room, but not the ones with the side doors, which are probably things we need. Those paintings are probably things we can take or maybe learn from, gain insights in. But yeah, that's all I got for you right now. Okay.
Okay.
Interesting.
Okay. Any strategies you guys want to talk about before I move y'all in?
Gotta be careful with the etherless rooms. Um, hmm. I don't have any now. Anyone else?
Not that I can really think of.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Into the room. Into the room.
I'm fasting, so I'm just on low power mode.
Zippity zoppity, all the way down. Huzzah.
Oh, hey, it's a rock.
Yes. Mm.
And a rave.
All right. So, what's the plan?
Look around the room first.
So I found out that your headset's fine. It's this part here that you're having issues with. I plugged it over on my side and it worked perfectly. The only other thing we could do is we could plug it into the back, but you'd have a shorter. What I will do is I will order you a extender for it.
Um, is there any hieroglyphs on the statue of the world serpent?
Hmm.
Black.
Mm-hmm.
Is there any hieroglyphs on the statue?
Nope,
No?
not one.
Okay. Hmm.
It's time to add the butter.
Are there any glyphs on the walls or doors that we can see?
No floors or ceilings.
No floors or, as in there are no floors or ceilings, or
No glyphs on the floors or ceilings.
Okay.
One thing you could try is this.
Are
Plugging it into this instead.
is the floor alive?
None that you can feel. No, it just feels like it's stylized after snake scales.
Okay.
It feels like normal tile to your feet and to your earth senses.
Can I hear anything on the other side of the door? Let's say the one down here.
Roll me an awareness test.
Oh, awareness test. Okay.
Yeah.
You
You gonna press
I'm
yourself
still
up
waking
against
up.
the door?
Mastery. I don't believe I have any mastery there. Jeez, I forgot what all my bonuses were. Let's see. Unnatural perception is not that. So it's this plus 10? Unless I'm missing something else. Let me.
So, just so the group knows, while Million's figuring out his bonuses,
20.
this room has a painting of a, let's call him a liege on a throne with his banner. And this one here has a fireplace on its painting. This one here seems to lead to another room. It's my guess. It goes to big and then small. And this one here is an empty room. But maybe if the door is activated, something comes out on the other side. I'm not 100% sure, but when I looked through, there was nothing there. At least for what my sight could see. There could be something more magical, more spiritual that is on the other end, but that's all I got. The rest of them are blank to me. I do not know.
Okay, so perception looks like a base plus 20. Yeah. 20. Oofta.
You don't hear anything on the other side of the door.
Alright. Can I use, I believe it's a tier 1 skill. Let me just double check this.
Is it the one that gives you a reroll with a -10? If you fail
No,
the first one?
no. Spiritual plans here. May I, due to my warped senses talent, may I attempt to detect if there are any creatures on the other side of the door through whatever spiritual plane that gives me access to?
Go ahead and roll me that shinitions.
Yeah.
Tiny science, yeah.
Tiny science. Where is it? Okay, here it is. Mastery was plus 10 for each check mark, right?
No, mastery is you get a bonus to
Uh,
the roll equal to your
Score
core
bonus.
characteristic bonus times 10.
Okay, so 2, 5. Okay.
Nice. You do not detect any creatures on the other side of that door.
All right.
And which one was it at the empty room, Susie? This one?
The fireplace one is this door.
Mhm.
And the man, the liege on his throne with his banner is this door.
I forget. GM, there are 8 gods, correct?
There are 10.
10, okay.
Mm-hmm.
But this is an octagon.
So maybe not the gods.
No.
What happens when I use my bearer of the lantern in this room?
There's something strange with the statue, but you can't seem to see that. The doors are normal doors, they're just locked. Nothing on the walls, ceilings, floor. Yeah.
I'm gonna pull a classic tooth threat. I'm gonna lick the statue.
I was gonna reach out and put a paw on it.
You all ha ha ha. I'm just kidding. Nothing happens.
Rocks
Proof.
fall. Hmm. Said there was like a fireplace and a guy in his throne depicted
He's
on
reading.
the doors?
No, on a painting
On a painting. Okay.
that Susie saw on the inside.
But the doors are locked.
Do the doors have keyholes? Maybe?
Say again?
Do the doors have keyholes?
Nope. They do not have some sort of locking mechanism. They just have a handle. The handle doesn't seem to turn.
Hmm. May I attempt?
I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Oh, I was like, I knock on the door. And then
Nothing happens.
I was gonna knock on the door, try and open it. Nothing?
Nope. Door, you just kind of jiggle the handle, doesn't open.
Interesting.
May I attempt the warped set? Well, actually, I have my unnatural for my perception, I believe, is magic sight. Yeah. Can I see any magic on the pillar? And can I?
It is magical.
Oh, okay.
The whole thing in the middle is magical.
I don't know if you would allow this, but can I attempt to discern the nature of the magic, like maybe into like a spell school type category with my signy science?
Sure, you can roll that.
Okay.
Okay, 52. Not entirely able to place what magic it is, but there is a power manifested through it. It's a little spooky. Not in the way that Indrid is spooky, but this
Like
can
spooky because it's powerful?
Yes. This is a representation of the world snake, or the world
Okay.
serpent. And there's a bit of its power in this little statue. Not
Okay.
enough to be lethal to you guys, just there is something in that power imbued in the statue that will manifest something under the right condition.
Hmm.
The statue
Okay.
is as it appears in the picture.
Oh, there's 3 holes in it. We should probably fill that with 3 things that we find somewhere. Huh.
Right, but all the doors are locked.
Very true.
I have an idea. Oh, also, I will communicate that information to the party because you explained it way better than I probably would, as a person.
How many of us are there in here?
You also
I was asking how many of us are in here.
exactly as you are. You should be 5 plus your spirits. Should be Phil, Susie, Android, Ashenfur, Eatsley, Storm Spirit, Maelstrom Spirit.
Because
So
I had an idea, but that blows a hole in it.
I would like to approach the store. I'd like to say, "Open sesame!" and
just
knock.
silence. Nope.
Nope.
Door does not open or budge.
Drat! I was sure that would work.
Hmm.
I am not Alibaba.
I'm just gonna start checking the door and the wall around it. Just seeing if I can find a way to open it, you know?
Hmm?
There's no
Mhm.
keyhole, it's obviously not open sesame, apparently.
There's no discernible clue, markings, or even discolorations on the doorframe or the wall. It's a little creepy though. The wall and ceiling look to be almost made as if it was carved out of one giant block. There's no seams or creases between constructed blocks. The only thing that has any definition or difference is the tile floor, which seems to be stylized as snake scales.
hmm. Hmm. Handles on the door, you said.
Mhm.
Trying to.
Philip, that statue also kind of gives you a omni element feeling to it.
As in,
There's
it
a
is all
little.
elements.
Yep. Basically, there's a little bit of all of the elements leaking out of this statue, filling this central room with its energy.
How many elements are there?
There are 10 core ones, 32 sub elements.
Oh. Never mind that.
Well, all 42 are represented here.
Approach the door again. I put my hand on the handle. I knock and say, "Open see me."
It is
Rather
not
than open
open.
sesame. No? Okay.
I'm gonna do the derpy. Instead of trying to pull the door open, I'm gonna try to push it open.
This one does not move.
Hmm.
Good attempt. Sometimes doors just don't open the normal way.
Yep.
No, it was a good go.
Oh. I just realized. I tried to both pull and push rather than just push the
It
door
does
open.
not open.
Okay. Just making sure it wasn't just an issue with which way we were opening it.
Not quite.
Also, yes, I do communicate to you guys that it has all those elements. The pillar.
I have a floating Mercura that hasn't been assigned yet.
Mm-hmm.
Can I give the statue this Mercuria?
You can. You got a feeling it's not going to do anything in that case.
Okay. What about... So this has all 42 elements in it. There's 42 elements.
It's a very small amount. Yeah, it kind of faintly emanates all of these elements and permeates the area. Eatsley, even you can taste this. The air here is stale. Tepid. It has barely enough energy in it to be tolerable, let alone pleasant. Especially in comparison to the luscious undergrowth when you guys were playing as little sprites. That was chock full of energy, and it kind of diffused your little spiritual bodies with quite a bit of energy as you went. So you never really felt tired or concerned for the lack of magic in the air.
World Serpent usually represents the ending of things.
Or the beginning.
Phoenix is the patterned rebirth mythical beast, but he is correct. This World Serpent is a creatures whose mythos does represent the ending of a story and the starting of a new one. But unlike the Phoenix, his story is that the whatever it is that currently occupies the story, that must end. And in the wake of the story ending, a new one can start. Whereas the rebirth from the Phoenix, you can continue the current story, even though there was death and rebirth. So his is much more final, because the World Serpent more represents bigger concepts too. Not just a person's story, but an empire's story, or kind of an end of the old pantheon type of thing, like big stuff.
Yeah.
The ending of an era.
That'd be risky to do.
Johnny, did you want to try anything? That's fair. Johnny's dead. It's alright. It's too bad that Johnny had to die. Yep.
Allie sacrificed him to the dark gods.
Not again, yeah.
He'll be back after he responds as a nurgling or something.
Ashifer, what else you got for me?
I'm going to try and do my the detect magic, smell do the fate smell. See if I can use what means of detection I have to find any clues.
All right.
I have an idea for you when you're done with that, ogre.
Where are you looking for clues?
I'll check the statue in the middle, and then floating above it because of pillow, it's just do a slow rotation, look over the room.
Mm-hmm.
It's just he's trying to do a general analysis.
Okay.
See if he can figure out some hint or clue.
The room is identical. The floor is the only thing that's different. The doors are identical. The wall is unblemished. The only thing that stands out is the statue in the middle and the floor. Everything else is smooth and unmarked.
Question.
Looking.
Is there actually dirt and sand around this statue?
Yes, there is actually.
Susie will take her time and clean the place up. Clean around the statue and collect the
Yep,
sand.
it looks like this was relocated from somewhere else. As if some giant hands came down and scooped it out and then set it here.
You know what? I'm gonna walk over and try this door.
Okay.
Because the statue's pointed at it.
Fair. The door does not open. And when you say the statue's pointed at it, due to your general awareness, you notice something weird. The statue always faces you. Kind of took a bit to notice it, but it's that thing where it always faces everyone who looks at it the same direction. Always see that left side looking serpent. It mirrors you as you walk across, and it's for everyone who looks at it. It's as if it's facing them at all times.
I'm gonna step back up, give a polite bow as I can because I'm a fox.
Mhm.
And I'm just gonna ask, do you have instructions or guidance for the challengers of this floor?
The statue's tongue just flickers, and that's it.
Well, at least I know that the statue is aware of us now.
Does anyone want to potentially make some lore checks or try and figure out a little bit more about the statue? Because it seems Susie was correct that the room does seem to have a theme.
I'm gonna try the one thing that I think would be useful for this, because this is a portion of a god in a statue.
Uh-huh.
I'm gonna try rolling on my forbidden lore, forbidden crafts.
Okay. If you'd like.
I'm gonna roll on a forbidden lore here. Unseen passages.
Oh, okay.
I will roll Forbidden Lore Divine.
Sure. Susie, do you have a lore that you want to roll? Everyone go ahead and roll the ones that they wanted.
Do I get... Oh, I should check if I have a bonus to this from that. I do.
Nicely done. I see some seriously good green stuff right there. That easily is a nice number. And it's a success, if barely.
If barely.
Easily, let's start with you. There is a mechanism you guys are missing. There to unlock the passages, seen or unseen. There is definitely a very hyper-specific mechanism that requires this to activate, and it's not gonna. Nothing in this room is gonna budge until that's done. But you also know that's when the timer starts.
Okay.
Once you unlock the doors, some sort of timer kicks off, and you know with your connection with Zeke, if that timer goes out and you have not cleared this room, you're not sure what'll happen. You may get ejected. You may get eaten. There is a finality involved because the world serpent is involved. Hopefully, it'll just be you may not climb the tower any further. This is the end of the raid. Done. You have failed. Or you all could die permanently because the world
That's
serpent eats everything.
a thing.
Yeah, you're not sure which one it is. Forbidden Craft? This isn't quite Forbidden Craft, but if you get the depiction of the statue wrong, or if it's not done with enough respect, you get cursed by the world serpent instead. But you won't have to worry about that because you didn't have to carve this. This one was a good enough representation, even if it's a bit crude, and carved out of a more permanent and weather-resistant stone that it endures. So whoever crafted this, they would have received a blessing from the world serpent, which may not be a blessing for normal people.
Oh man, I'm just imagining Neef Snake with a blessing from the world serpent.
He would be very neatly.
That's very interesting to me because the Kitsune path that I follow are ones that follow the world serpent.
Yeah.
So
let's jump over to who else rolled? Million. This is a mythical creature. There is a bit of advanced lore behind it. One of which is how time is calculated, counted. Most creatures don't really count the years if they're eternal, but if they're literally immortal, do not age, and they see the world differently. They don't see the world through days, years, months, whatnot. They see the time through eras or by significant events. Which is usually represented in the statues.
Oh, there's 3 significant events. Okay. Just gotta figure out which ones.
You also know the bends. Also, you didn't roll too well, or you didn't roll too high, but you do know that the shape of how the serpent is portrayed is extremely important because there's an innumerable amount of ways you can carve this thing because it is the never-ending serpent. So how it's shaped and why is also very important. So much so, if there were other statues, why this one? Because this one was scooped up somewhere on the continent and placed here. Darendale picked this one. Why this one? And Susie, of course, you can clean up. You can grab all that dirt. You can grab those little plants, the little grass.
Yeah.
Did you want to roll any lore-based stuff for injuring yourself?
I don't have any lore that would be. The only thing I could do would be the monster one, but I don't have. It's not in front of me. My natural intelligence of knowledge of different species. But you've already given me information on that kind of stuff, so you've already given me some fun facts. You know what? I'll roll mineralogy on the type of stone.
Mineralogy. Oh my goodness. That stone only comes from one region. There is a specific region on the continent, towards the eastern coast, that was carved out of rock from the cliffs there. Known to be very resistant against the sea and the storms that are there. A lot of serpents, whether flying ones or swimming ones, live in that particular region. Worms, wyverns, serpents, sea serpents, winged serpents. Occasionally a few dragons, but usually dragons get forced out by the sheer volume of other predators.
Mm-hmm.
So, but this one was carved by hand, specifically carved with tools, not a claw. So this was carved by somebody who has masonry, somebody with skilled hands.
All right, guys. So when this thing starts, we're only gonna have so much time before an end comes. And honestly, probably not a good end. A very nom end.
The whole thing with this eternal serpent is that it doesn't end.
No.
No, there is an end. Though.
Our end will come.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, doesn't
I'm
have
sorry.
to
I'm still
it's-
thinking. Matt, y'all don't know this, but I've been taking art history this semester, so my mind is still mulling over the implications of the image I'm looking at.
Dude, it's don't let that go, man. You gotta press that because there could be some clues.
Well, so far I'm getting 3 significant events that are repeated in an infinite cycle.
Anyone else want to make a roll on it? Like, I know Allie's still trying to work on getting her audio driver back, but we do have the Johnny here to ask in person.
I can ask. Allie does have no questions at this time.
Do they want to roll a lore off of their sheet?
Yeah.
Let's see if we can get you access so that we can help Allie here. Let's get Johnny access to the sheet. There you go, Johnny. We should be able to help out.
Can I roll demonology?
You good? Yeah. The world serpent is known to devour the pathways between planes. It is one of the greatest defenders against demon incursions. It helps
I see.
isolate your world from the incursions from others as it eats the paths between them.
He eats the path between but not the secret passages.
Not as long as they're here. He'll eat the secret passages too. But if they are of this plane, then that is someone else's domain. Or they're just left alone. What are you feeling? Ash, you want to roll anything else?
Let me see here. I mean, I could try magic theory.
Sure. Phil did say it was magically enchanted.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I said earlier I had an idea for you, Ogre.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able to utilize all elements through your magic?
Yes.
My idea was that you get a stream of just omni magical energy and have it snake its way through all three of those holes in a loop style and see what happens.
Oh, as a reminder, everyone, you are limited in your divine object use.
Don't have any.
Perfect.
But they
And you don't
did
have to worry about it.
refresh.
They do get refreshed, yeah.
One use per floor, if I remember correctly.
Per object, yep. But they refresh on every floor.
Mm-hmm. That's my magic theory.
What do? What are you guys feeling?
Like some nonsense is going to be needed here.
Not quite. You also can just tell me that you're performing actions such as I like it. Just kind of like that. So
I would say easily would like it, but he doesn't have a tongue.
seems pretty good.
You could run a finger along it. A gentle caress.
Maybe.
Slide it along.
Calm down over there. Is the world serpent a divine beast?
Mythical beast.
Mythical, okay. Not divine.
It has been blessed. Each of the mythical beasts, just like the administrators, are blessed by the entire pantheon. They have a responsibility, just like the administrators do. There are certain gods that favor certain mythical beasts. In fact, each of the creatures have almost a direct patron, and the world serpent is so large it's actually represented by a Dirondale and Apollo, but primarily Apollo. For a Dirondale, it's actually a butterfly, or a moth in this case.
Hmm. I'm going. All right. So, question here. I have 2 lanterns. I have the lantern I got for my Soul Warden, and I got the lantern I got for in the Temple of the Lost Soldier.
Yep.
And they're 2 different lanterns. The
Yeah.
first lantern is supposed to be able to guide your way through the land of the dead.
Yep.
So you don't get lost.
Not in the land of the dead.
No. But is it only to not get lost in the land of the dead?
That lantern, well, so that you peer through the mists in the land of the dead.
Okay.
It's very specific to Zeki's realm.
Okay, that's what I was wanting to make sure.
Good clarification question.
Hmm.
Squeaky, squeaky, squeak.
Right? Because there's things you need on this floor.
And remember, the statue always faces you, no matter who is facing what direction or looking at it. The moment you look at it, it is perfectly facing you.
Mhm.
No matter where you are in the room.
No, I'm not. Do I try that?
Maybe.
Do we try speaking in God's tongue here?
It
Do I
could
think-
trigger the event without you guys actually having the kickoff trigger.
Yeah. Which means we didn't know if the door's opened yet.
They probably wouldn't open, but
Yeah.
the event would start, and you'd still need to figure out that first mechanism.
Yeah, right?
Could be bad. Just a little bit.
I'm going to use Earth Sense to see if there's anything below us.
No, just the tiles. Your earth sense stops about 2 feet down. It's
Okay.
all earth.
I have one idea I could try. Don't know whether it'll do anything. But considering the way I've been running Ash and trying to stick to lore and stuff, it is a representation of the world serpent. Thus, Ash will pull out one of the jars that he has that has one of the pure lightning in it and do the prayer and place the jar at the base of the statue as offering because it makes sense to him.
The offering is gone in an instant. and you just see that tongue go.
Yeah, it's entirely fine with that.
Delicious.
Nope.
Also very spooky.
Yeah. The only other options that I have, guys, is trying to do Phil's idea of trying to channel some omni energy into it.
The only omni energy you guys would have that would maybe work here is Ethereum.
Might have to use some Ethereum for this.
Well, it would also be very costly to use Ethereum. Basically, you feel like there's something way simpler.
I want to look at him like, can you open the doors?
It does not respond.
Yeah. Something simple to start this whole thing. Simple. Huh. I don't know. Are we ready to do this?
I've been muted this whole time.
Ogre.
Bravo.
Ogre, can you manipulate the magic energy that the statue is giving off?
Considering that's directly linked to the world serpent, I feel like that would be bad.
Ask it permission first.
Well, okay, here's the thing. I think we all just have to acknowledge that we're ready for the test.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. Sure,
Okay.
let's do that. Let's see what happens. I am ready for the test, Captain.
Does it say it?
I easily says it, yeah.
Yep.
Okay. Susie? Andred?
Yeah.
Cool. The doors do not unlock, but you definitely know the timer has started. And the world serpent kind of swims in place of the never-ending coils. But it never changes the shape of the statue, just that the serpent is moving.
All right. Ready. That means the doors should be able to be opened now.
They are not.
Yes. Now so I'm going to go out, walk up to this door.
Mm.
I'm going to look at it.
Jiggle. Still locked.
I'm going to go speak nonsense at it.
Still does not open.
Stun the door. And open the door.
Does not open.
You know, I had to try it.
You know what? I want to try something silly.
Yeah.
I am going to start from the statue in the center.
Mhm.
And moving my steps in what I can imagine to be as close to a snake slithering as I can along the panels. Foot slither over to try and then try to open the door.
The door doesn't open, but when you turn around, give me an awareness test. Because you're really close to the ground, right?
Yeah.
Okay. When you look back, it kind of looks weird. You can see everyone on the other side of the room, Hell, you can even see the door on the other side of the room. But when you look through the holes, it's different.
He is going to hurry over to the statue.
Mhm.
It's squat down to look through the bottom hole.
Yep.
And just do that slow side step, the crab walk in a circular
Yep.
pattern around the room.
And the statue faces you the entire time, so you always have that keyhole to look through.
Exactly.
Each of the doors are numbered when you look through the bottom one.
Okay.
When you look through the middle one, each of the doors have a symbol. When you look through the top one, each one has a phase of the moon.
So using dancing lights, because first level spell and I can shape the spell,
Yes.
I will put the numbers, symbol, and phase of the moon in basically magic glow beside each door.
Okay. So it follows in clockwise order. The first one above is 1, and then in clockwise it goes 2 through 8. The symbols are in God's tongue. They are also numbers 1 through 8, or the representation of counting.
Mm-hmm.
And
Which
for
may
the
actually
moon
be helpful
symbols,
to easily.
for Susie, the upper one is a new moon, the lower one's a full moon, and then you have the waxing and waning. So on the right side of the map, so basically 1 is a new moon, 2, 3, 4 are waxing, and then 6, 7, 8 are waning. And when you finally look through all of them, the doors unlock.
Interesting.
Figured it out.
Nice.
It happens.
Doors are unlocked. You may move.
Shall we start at door 1?
Might as well. Yeah.
Okay. First thing you notice, Easley,
Yeah.
the space on the other side of the room has a different pressure. It is also devoid of energy, and the energy from the middle room flows into the corridors, dissipating quickly. The main room is getting harder to breathe in.
We should only open one door at a time.
You do know that statue will replenish it
Mhm.
slowly, but it may take you hours to get back what you just lost when you briefly opened this door.
All right. We're gonna hurry on through then.
I am going to take a deep breath before stepping in, though.
Oh. These passageways are very tight.
Yeah, it goes in. I'm not going first. I'm squishy. So I will follow Eatsley.
So what I've done for everyone is you do not have to rotate your characters. I gave you 360-degree view so you don't have to get caught trying to rotate your character going around these corners.
Fair.
So everyone's got 360-degree view. That way your character can always be looking forward, back, basically their head on a swivel the whole time, and you don't have to have the headache. Ashenfurt, you're too big. Can't fit through that. How do you get smaller?
I will concentrate for a moment and cast Reduce Person on myself.
Okay.
To go
Do
down
now,
to size
a
category.
1 by 1. Your spirits will not survive in those hallways.
I'll have them wait in the central room.
Okay.
I'm following Eatsley.
It's like you can feel that wind from your back. You are bleeding, Atmo.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to wait for everyone to come in so the door can close.
I will
Several of us are
shrink down with my bracers of shrinking down.
It's through.
I am the doggo.
Sonny's out getting food, I do believe.
Does he want to stay in the main room?
Probably not.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, explains nothing.
Okay. Once that door closes, Eatsley, there is not a lot of air. In fact, in here, it is a suffocating amount of no magic.
Fair.
And it is not that there is no air to breathe, it's just not the right stuff.
This is the Aetherless Zone.
Yep. What'll happen is you guys will get tired. You'll gain fatigue, maybe become exhausted, maybe pass out,
Fair.
maybe suffocate.
Well, we
So,
better
the
push
longer you are
forward.
in these tunnels, the harder it'll be.
Yeah. We're gonna push forward. Right here. Is that just a dead end right there?
Yeah, it's like it.
Alright, I'm gonna look this way. Keep my eye out for any traps that might happen.
Sure.
Is there anything you want me to roll for that?
Security. Awareness as well, if you'd like.
Okay, one sec. Let me see something here. My double check my jobs. I do have trap sense. Yeah. So, but
You can also run trap sense if you'd like.
yeah, that's it's just an awareness test for my trap sense.
No traps that you can detect.
Okay.
Ash, if you'd like to move forward.
Yep.
Huh. That is not a dead end.
It is, but it isn't. Because it's a triangle.
Yeah. Matt, at what rate would we be gaining fatigue?
I'll have you guys roll for it.
Okay.
A painting?
Yep. It is a painting of a wooden ship with sails in a harbor filled with smaller boats. The painting is almost like a living window, a living portrait into this very scene. You can smell the salt in the air. You can hear the moving of water.
Interesting.
In fact,
I'm gonna try and push my head through.
Doesn't seem to let you through it.
Okay.
More of an animated painting, maybe not a portal.
Okay.
Like in Harry Potter.
Kind of.
Just
I was
gonna
thinking Charlie
analyze it,
Brown,
see
so-
if I can get any understanding.
Okay.
Let me see. While Easley was futzing with it, I'm just analyzing it with my peepers.
Mm-hmm.
Did looking, studying, magicking.
Sure. Okay. Kind of looking at it, and there's a interesting couple of things you see. One, a couple things that you notice is the time of day in the painting. You're not sure when this was. This feels more modern. That ship, because that looks like some clever human invention. But you've never seen boats anyway, so maybe it is old. Let's see what else. You also see 5 boats. Everything else is kind of blurred a little bit.
He just reaches out and traces a finger along the boats.
Yeah. Just kind of float there, like boats do.
He will see if he can shift them.
It doesn't look like you can particularly interact with the boats directly.
Try taking it off the wall.
I guess he'll try and see if he can pick it up.
When you try and pick it up, it disappears in your hands. And you hear tick, 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 tick as 5 doors open up briefly, flooding the room with that precious atmo. Click, 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 closing.
I see.
I'll look at Easley. It's synced with the number of boats that I saw.
So probably room 5.
Trap maker. It. Okay, so for trap making, for a dungeon room like this, there are several things it can be. But one of the more likely ones is this is a number trap.
Yeah.
You gotta find out the sequence in correct order, and if you don't, it penalizes you by how far out of order you are.
It's an order.
The timer may not be how much time you have, but how much time you have left to breathe.
Oh, okay.
Because if that air that magically infused air completely bleeds out into the hallways, which disperses the energy. When you guys get back to the main room, there's nothing to breathe.
Yeah.
That's the most likely, but it could be something else. There's a couple other options. Another potential option that it could be is each of these paintings not particularly need to be collected, but they all have some sort of lore meaning. So it'd be a lore trap. You would have to know not by number, but by what era this is in, or by some other representation that only a historian would know. So
Yeah. But 5 doors opening with 5 boats. That can't be too much of a coincidence.
Not too bad. So
There are 5 of us.
yeah, there are 5 of you. It also could be if you get it out of order, it penalizes you by how many people are in the maze. I will have everyone roll toughness though, because a lot of air was bled out, and if you fail the toughness, add fatigue. Down to a minimum of 1. So if you have a thing that reduces fatigue, you still get 1. If you pass, you pass, and then you don't get anything. And if you don't, well,
Gain 4 fatigue, right?
just 1.
Oh, just 1? Okay. Well, you know what? I love this game. It's gonna be a fun game for Eatsley.
I forgot to add plus 20, but still passed.
Cool. Nicely done.
I guess keep going, eat sleep.
Yep. Alright. What's everyone fatigue's threshold looking like?
I forgot how to determine that.
Toughness plus willpower.
Mine is 18.
9.
Put it in chat. So we can kind of start seeing where people are at that way.
Eastleigh, I think you and me are going to be fine.
I think it's absolutely hilarious that we're all multiples of 9.
I know what entrance is.
9.
That is not yours. Can't.
What?
Matt? Do your naturals count towards your toughness? I mean, your willpower bonus.
Plus 1. So 9, then you would have plus 5, so it'd be 14.
Whoa, wait. Unnaturals give plus 1?
Unnatural toughness and unnatural willpower only count, because toughness and willpower are what determines your fatigue threshold. So if you have unnatural toughness and an unnatural willpower, then it gives you plus 1s.
11, 12, 13, 17. Oh, buddy, I have a higher fatigue threshold than that, apparently. Let me go find this.
So do I.
Where? I know I have something that doubled my fatigue threshold at some point. No, that's not what that was. Oh, yeah, it wasn't double. It was just increased by that amount. Okay, so 7, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 plus 7? Yeah, so it's like 24? So I have a fatigue threshold of 24.
So a lot of us got this. Some of us don't. All right.
Which also reminds me, Matt, again, for another time, we never did determine my unnaturals and hybrid traits from meeting the pillar thresholds. Completely forgot about them myself, honestly.
We'll have to come back to that after session.
Yeah. Alright. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, I see what's happening here.
Did you get me some
Uh.
water?
Easily, that is a plate of food with 3 pieces of basically one of those sweet meat pastries. Steam rolls off of it. Oh, looks so good. The background is very feudal, Victorian era type of castle. Even the drapes are old. There's no glass in the window behind it. It's just kind of an open hole with some wood shutters.
The water's really old.
So 3. Does Ashenfur have the 5-boat picture?
No, it disappeared out of his hands.
I want to try and roll trap making on this.
Okay. That's the weird skills that really come in handy sometimes, you know.
Yeah.
Christ, this hurts my.
The smell from this is, you can all smell it when you get close. Little tough to breathe, but oh, it's that plate of pastry smells delectable. Oh man. It even as you come across Indrid, as you kind of turn around the corner, you can smell the pastries before you even get around and actually see the painting.
Does it smell like fear?
No, it smells like delicious human food.
Hmm.
Yep. Freshly baked sweet meat pies. Very popular. Or at least wherever this was from.
Find. Increase contents.
So 5 degrees success on trap making.
Could you please give me some specifics of what you're trying to focus on?
I'm trying to focus on, like, as my experience with trap making, and our first kind of like little foray into the first painting was setting off 5 doors, and it has to clearly be in some order. But it can't be impossible because then that ruins the point of the dungeons. Plus, with Idirondale, knowledge.
Yeah. So there definitely is a knowledge element. If you are without the ability to gather information, it's hopeless.
Yeah.
The second one is there's always some sort of obfuscation or some sort of trick. Even if the puzzle may seem straightforward, there's another trick involved that may not include the parts of the puzzle at all, just the puzzle room.
Yeah. And Yarrigander being the end. So essentially what I'm looking for here is, because the first one wasn't, because as you kind of described the pictures, this seems like it would be in an older time setting than the first one that we ran across, number 5. And there's smells coming off it.
There's
Is there the hint of magic coming off it?
Yes, there is a lot of magic coming off of these. In fact, as these continue to persist, you can actually feel this thing eat the magic in the air.
So the hall's eating the magic in the air, or is the painting eating the magic in the air?
It looks like the painting is sucking out all of the magic.
Okay. Ash, go through that door very quickly to see if that boat painting went into the main room.
Okay.
That should be door number 2 right there.
And I will go over and try to open the door.
Okay. You all feel a pressure differential. And you feel like you can breathe for a brief moment.
And I will hurry around the room to see. If I was over here. I see 4. Am I missing something, Blatt?
What do you think you're missing?
There's no 5 door.
No, there's a 5 door. That is a 5 that easily drew. That's a 5.
I do not see a painting in here. Or did I miss it?
Nope, there's no painting in here.
So I will. Yeah, that easily no. No painting.
How does the serpent look?
Any change to Mr. Savant?
Nope. He is still just moving along.
Nope, no change.
Okay.
Do we know where 4 paintings are so far?
Watch the main room.
What was that?
We know where 4 paintings are so far? Or at least we took one away?
We touched one and it disappeared, and then there's a huge pulling
This is the second.
This is 3. Because there's 3 pies in here. First one was 5 boats. This is the 3rd painting.
Okay. And there's 1 fireplace over here. And there's a king and his sigil and sitting on a throne over that way.
All right,
What
all right,
was the
all right.
number on it?
I didn't catch that, Ogre.
What was the number on it?
There was no number.
The number of things in it. Was it just a singular king?
No, there was a king and a sigil sitting on
So
the
that's
throne.
2.
Yeah, it'd be 2.
Fireplace being 1.
Maybe, yeah. All right, let's leave this area alone then. Open the door. Everyone ready? And run out.
Yes, I'm going to keep watching the main room to see if anything changes because I don't really have the toughness to handle it.
Things did change, though.
Oh,
So
I know
room
I'm
number
smaller.
8
The,
is
posi-
the
No.
fireplace.
No. That's not the fireplace anymore.
the positioning of the doors changed.
Yeah,
That's
because
an interesting way for Matt to do that. That's interesting.
one was up here originally, and now one's over here. So the fireplace wouldn't be there. Fireplace would have been 3, and we just came out of 3.
Okay, so it's the painting that changes. And every time we open up or take a painting that's wrong, I'm sure they rearrange themselves.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna look through these again, and I'm assuming these are correct, right? That's 8 for.
I think they're correct.
Well, that's we're gonna look through the serpent.
Yes, it looks like that is now correct.
Okay. Okay.
So there's 5 people of us here. Why don't each of us try to find a painting, and then touch it because we can talk to each other.
Well, the important thing would be whether the other side of the doors changes.
Well, not only that. Okay, we need somebody here to be able to relay information back to what happens when one of us touches the painting, because everything shifts. Therefore, we don't know the standard operations for this room.
That's why I'm thinking I'll stay because I can use my spirits to help me keep track of which doors are where.
We got like a bunch of moth spies. That could be implemented in some way.
Okay.
You're forgetting this chicken wing.
You're welcome.
So, that's what we're gonna do. Okay, Susie. You said behind this door was the fireplace.
Correct.
All right, Susie, I want you to go through that door and check to see if the fireplace is still there. Indrid, I want you to check on this door over here to see if it is the king still.
King.
Yeah, king in his throne.
This is a door that brings you out somewheres. It's a smaller way, and then this one didn't have anything in it.
Yeah.
But I'm guessing things changed after we took it, but we can check, like you wanted to see.
Yeah. Philip, go through the north door that we were already in to see if that painting has responded.
Okay, sure. Also, I drew a more clear number 5.
So I was over there. I stayed behind while you guys went ahead, and when I followed back, I didn't see any painting.
Right. Well, so it might respawn after a set time.
And if it doesn't, it
Um,
might shift to other places in the.
That's what I'm thinking
Areas.
it does. I'm thinking it goes to a different place.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'll go to door number 7. When you find a painting, don't touch it. Just let us know which ones you find first. We'll try and figure this out one at a time.
Actually, I'm gonna go through the. Ah! I could barely get through it. Okay, nothing's back there.
All right. I found a painting.
There is no painting currently here. I will complete the slither run.
If you click on it, does it open?
Oh, it does. Oh. See.
That looks like a fireplace.
Huh.
What?
Huh. This isn't where this was before.
Which means they're shifting around.
Matt, this is the pastry painting, yes?
Where's the pastry painting now?
No, I'm asking Matt to make sure that this is the same painting.
Yes, that is the pastry painting.
It jumped back a wall.
But it's still.
I mean, it's still
Over
here.
here?
Okay. It was here. It is now here.
Okay. That still matches up with the door. Did anybody go through the one door?
Indrid did. Indrid found the fireplace painting.
Okay. Can we? So we've got number 1. Can we have Indrid try and touch the fireplace painting?
I would like Indrid not to touch the fireplace painting.
I'm wanting to test if they shift every time a painting is touched, or if they don't when the pattern is, if you're following the right pattern. And since we've got somebody at the 1 and we're on a limited time frame, if we've got to find the paintings in the right order.
Well, we've already failed that test, if that's what it is.
And yes, and everything shifted. That's why I'm wanting to test it to see if we start from the 1. That's why, since Indrin's at the 1 painting, I want to see if that's the proper way.
Did I touch it?
I would. It would be nice if we could all find the paintings first. But
The big thing is if they shift after every painting touches, period, I'll be able to let us know, but we've got to be able to touch a painting, and by touching the 1 painting, we'll be able to at least know if they're shifting every time a painting's touched. And if there's a new shift because we started the pattern correctly, then we can test that as well.
can we think back to what happened when we touched the ships?
5 doors opened, sucked some Atmo out, and then the doors closed.
Okay.
That's why starting at the 1 is the best option.
Question, GM.
Mm?
What painting am I looking at?
This is a skull with 7 motes of flame around it. The background is pitch black, as in pitch dark.
Where's this painting, Eatsley?
It smells of death, decay. It's very unpleasant.
Eatsley.
This is behind door number 7.
So it's over here somewhere?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because the catch was in door number 1 was 5 and
The
Five
first
ships?
3.
time.
Yeah.
But now door number 1 has painting number 1. It might be that the doors shift every time nobody's in the central room.
Well, Ogre, you also have not 1, not 2, but 3 criteria. There are 3 keyholes. And there are 3 different things.
So I'm going to take a look at door number 1 and see if all 3 match up to the 1 symbol.
They don't.
Are there any
That is the start of waxing. So that is when the light starts to go away.
Are there any that match up completely?
Hmm. Not that you can tell. So if you remember, there is the actual numbers on the doors. There is the
Yeah.
symbols on the doors, which Eatsley has found out that those are numerical numbers represented in God's tongue, but Eatsley nuances everything. Numbers in God's tongue usually represent eras, significant events. That's how they count. They count timeline, not years. And then you have phases of the moon. The phases of the moon have not changed. The numbers seem to have changed.
What about the significant events?
Significant events, there's only 1 door that has changed. Looks like everything is in clockwise order, but it looks like the door you guys touched the painting on when you went through 5, that one was changed with the number across the way.
So okay,
So it's
so
5 and 1 swapped. Not only numerically, but with the symbols. Any guesses, puzzle solvers?
It's like the 2 sides of the moon, kind of flipping, waiting on waxing.
Mm-hmm.
We can't also think that this is all Idirondale, because it could be both Idirondale and Apollo here as well.
Could be, yeah.
I'm trying, but there are a lot of variables.
I'll go to sleep.
Oh, you're gonna go dream?
Yeah.
Okay. You pass out like you have narcolepsy. Wake up as insomnium.
Does anything look different?
The doors have different hue colors in the dream.
Okay,
But everything's this kind of wispy shade of shadow for the
leave
walls
this
and
room.
everything. In the dream, the tiles shift like a moving serpent.
I give the tiles a good pat.
And it's just a ripple of the tiles.
Make look any different? Does the statue look any different?
Not necessarily, but the statue looks significantly more animated, more alive in the middle.
What colors are the doors?
There are all sorts of different hues. There's the ones that just kind of glow red. There's one that glow yellow, and there's none of them that seem to line up for another different color. Because there's a hint of a green, yellow, red color that kind of, it's like a corona, but the color in the middle indicates you're not quite sure. Most are red. There's 2 of them that are yellow, and there's none that are green.
I'm having a real struggle today. I'm just gonna put that out there.
Yeah, it's fun. I'm not good at puzzles either.
Well,
so what
I just lost my character token.
I'll get you, Allie. I'll get you.
What was the number 2 that you found? What was the one that you
Second one
found?
that I found?
Yeah.
The second one was it was a picture of a king sitting on a throne with his emblem in the top right corner.
Down the doors for me 1 through 8 what colors they are, or put a marker on them for me?
There should be
Sure, will do.
Oh, things are
You need to
different
go
on
get your
your
token
side,
back.
Right? Yeah.
Hmm?
Need to get me a spooky token.
No, I'm asking a lot.
No, you can ask a lot. It's fine.
Many asks. Thanks.
Just double checking.
All right.
So I will put a little marker, I think. So, let's make it a little square. Just bloop. 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 But then we've got bloop and bloop. What was the color hues? Mm-hmm.
Matt, which one's this painting?
I found another one. That is a jester, kind of rolling around on a ball, and he's juggling 4 orbs.
Okay.
This is kind of a Neapolitan Victorian era. Think Renaissance. As much color, as much vibrancy. There's glass sculptures. There's beautiful marble statues and marble masonry. Even the outfit the jester has on is something more immaculate you've seen most people in this era wear.
Okay.
Let alone the meandering and milling about partygoers in the back. Their dresses and outfits are borderline comical. Like one lady has a hat that has a ship on it. It's the biggest hat you've ever seen. You're not sure how that person keeps that on their head.
I had to make a hat like that once. It wouldn't stay on my head.
Yeah. It is wild.
I think it still exists somewhere.
Mhm.
I haven't seen it in years. Kinda.
Interesting. What are these two?
These it's a singular castle on one end that sits atop a large plateau that looks out into the area. And when you look at the other one, it's not quite an identical castle, but it looks like it was made in the same area or the same stone. But it's different. And the vantage point is just different. Maybe something from a similar peak or same topographical area, but they look like sister or brother castles.
I'm looking between the two. What's the difference?
Design and just a little bit of location. But they're both highly elevated. You can see a huge amount of area, even though it's covered in fog. In closer inspection, they're not very big castles. They look more like very fortified outposts, like a huge watchtower.
I just put these side to side and was told to spot the difference between them. Will there be anything overly obvious in them?
Just a different viewpoint.
Okay.
Like, there's definitely easily identified differences between the two.
Okay. Okay. Hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. All right. Anyone else find any other paintings?
Easy, will go into door number 8.
Okay.
Close the door behind her. And be like, I wonder if there's a painting over here. Ha
Oh, it's the king on his throne with the tabard.
Interestingly enough, the fireplace and the king swap places.
You smell again?
You're right. Now the fireplace is watching the king.
Who's going to do what?
You smell?
Oh, you want to be small? Yeah.
S-M-A-L-L. You know, Susie then opens the door again and closes it.
Okay.
And like Susie's like, I don't want to be in there very long, guys.
try as Insomnium to enter the fireplace painting.
You find yourself in a small little box area with a fireplace. It's the only thing in it.
Warm my hands over it.
It's toasty. Feels nice.
So there's no way out of the box. It's just me in this fire pit.
I mean, you can go back out through the painting, the window.
Guess I'll go back out through the window.
Yeah, you're back out into the maze.
Find something more interesting to go into.
It's funny.
What painting should I go into next, guys?
I think you should just do it sequentially.
Aha!
1 through 8.
Now I can go talk to the king and see what era it's from.
Yeah, where's the king?
If she doesn't scare him.
I'll do my best to be polite.
Or mine just came out about. What I'm in front of.
8. 8, John.
Sure.
Oh, no, yes. Go see the king. That's an idea. And if you can, while in there, see if you can light something from a window.
Light something from the window?
Yeah, like a I don't know, candelabra.
Yes. A what?
A candelabra. Light a candle and go towards a window.
I'm gonna go into the painting.
You go into the painting. And the guy licks his finger and then moves the page.
So it's a king just sitting in his room?
Yeah, and big old large open room.
What else?
It's-
Guards.
It's actually kind of evening. Not quite dark, but it's just starting to get dark.
Fireplace?
He does have a fireplace, but it looks nothing like the other one. It's a lot bigger. And he's got a stack of 8 books next to him.
What you're eating?
He just gestures at the pile, kind of scooches the spine so that you can look at them. They're all kind of new ideas. Looks like books on different topics around city governance, creatures that are recently discovered, explorations into the distant seas,
Pick one up.
the new tax laws.
Pick one up and open it up.
Mm-hmm. The information on it is this garbled, very illegible ink and writing.
Oh, no way to get like a native print.
Allie, you gotta do the traditional time traveler thing. What year is it?
I'm very talkative. I thought maybe I'd go about this a different way, but it doesn't seem possible. Excuse me, sir.
They'll look up at you.
Do you know when I am?
Scratches his beard, and he just kind of points at the tabard up on the wall.
So, I am imagining this all in the Vincent van Gogh movie style.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely happening like that.
1 sec, gotta change that back.
Did you know what?
Battery, maybe? Headset?
Yeah, batteries. So I'm hoping that if you can light a lantern, you can see if one of those paintings is attached to this painting?
So, things of note. Number 8. 8 books. Number 3, 3 pastries. Number 5 and number 1 switched, right?
1 is the campfire, number 5 is boats, but the location of 5 and 1 switched on the outside doors.
Right. I was gonna go check out the pastries and do some cooking rolls on the pastries. Maybe the ingredients used, or maybe I'd know about the pastries themselves.
Well, just let me know when I can leave this hallway.
I'm excited to have Insomnium back. Like only half a month. Not even because I was so small. Yeah, but those cookies you made are.
Glad you like them.
This thing, Mark?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Finally. Allie, when you keep trying to get him to answer when you are, he always just continually points at the tabard.
I would like to look at the tabard. What's a tabard?
It is a can either be a worn symbology to show allegiance, or it is something that is hung from a rafter or from some sort of elevated mounting on the wall or from the ceiling to represent clan, house, symbol, group affiliation.
Okay.
This one, Injured, you've seen this in a book before. This is the current humans. Their royal family. This is what their tabard looks like. It's the current royal family.
No family, so he can't be too old then. Or I guess I don't know how far back the royal family goes.
Well, we could think about it like since 8. This could be the 8th era in a sense.
Stick 8 anywhere you can. It could be. It's not a lie.
Well, if it's just I don't know how many doors there are again. I think there's 8 doors.
8. Yeah,
Right,
because we're in an
and
octagon.
if 1 is the the oldest, 8th would be the newest in a sense. The 8th era would be like what's recent. And if it's the tabard says something like if the tabard's a royal crest of a recent royal family, something in this time, something that we exist in. That's just
Maybe.
Let's do a investigate check. Check for anything that might give me more information on when and where I am.
Sure.
Awareness.
Okay. You haven't been to the city.
My rolls today are bombing.
But some of the pictures you've seen in some of the books that you guys have read and shared, the window in which lets light in does show a huge, sprawling city. And there is one building that matters because it'll show you exactly when this place is. Because the most recent accomplishment is they have successfully built a Mage's Tower. And the Mage's Tower is in the cityscape when you look out through the window. So this is a very recent thing.
I will relay that to the party.
The Mage's Tower was built not 15 years ago.
Anything else we want to know about this painting, guy?
It is starting to become evening, so the sun is starting to set, but just barely. It's consider it like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Do I see them in either one of the paintings?
Which thing are you looking for in the paintings?
I want to see if I see a Mothman in the paintings of the castle.
No, you do not. Nor any light source. Different topography, different region. These are built on a bluff, on a big plateau. That city is built in a valley.
So, you don't want me to light anything on fire?
We're
No.
still able to hear her inside the painting, right?
Yeah, with Susie's huge ability, the friend network. Yeah, even Insomnium is hurt on that, even through the painting.
Okay.
Got something to say to me, Phil?
No, I was just genuinely surprised we could. That's all. But also, hi, how are you? How was your week?
Eat Sleep.
Yeah.
Looking further into it, it's very dark, but not as in it's deep into the night. Early morning, as if the sun has just started to rise. So you're looking like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, where it's just starting to get bright, and you can actually see without candlelight.
Castles are possibly on the other opposite sides of the world.
Also could be the faces of a clock. This is 3 o'clock.
Okay, anything out of this painting stepping out?
All right. When you do step out, gain 1 fatigue. That painting has sucked a bit of magic out of you. Seems like the longer you stay in those things, the more tired you get. You popped into the fireplace one and popped out almost immediately, so you didn't notice. But you spent some time in there. You investigated.
That's fair.
No. As for Eatsley and Phil, please give me a -10 toughness test.
I can't fail that for a while.
It's okay.
Then just roll a 1d100.
Yeah, okay.
If you can't fail, even with a -10, we'll see if you get 100.
Okay.
Very good. Yeah, nothing happens. Eatsley, nothing happens.
Where to next, guys? What painting should
That's the question. We don't. I feel like sometimes we just don't have enough info on this right now.
Did you guys want me to get you a handout, or do you guys just want to write in the Monster Mayhem chat for clues and information you've already gathered?
I think that I'm not sure what everyone else thinks here. I think a handout would be great.
Okay, handout it is. Neck. Mystery room. Puzzle. Can be seen by all players. Do you want it just you editing this, Eatsley, or do you want all players to be able to pitch in?
All players.
Got. There we go. Just let people know if you're in it. So if you are putting stuff in it, you save and exit out of it before somebody else opens it up. Because otherwise, if multiple people edit the same handout, it gets nothing gets recorded.
Yeah.
You pick the skull and crossbones as the war in the last era.
Okay, since Susie, or not Susie, since Indrid left the painting, has the blue has painting that I'm just gonna call blueberry pies been altered in any way that I can perceive? No? Okay.
Which door did you go into, Phil?
I'm the one we came out of.
Ah, the top one, right?
Yeah.
And it's not the free pastries, right? That's not the one you're talking about, is it?
No, that's what I'm talking about. The pastries.
You didn't find
Blueberry pie.
another painting in that when you went to the top one, right?
There was also a painting for what would be the way of saying it? That was also the painting for the 5 boats that we originally collected or pressed.
And didn't 5 and the bottom one swap places?
Yeah. 5 and no. So we went to the 1 and then 1 and 5 swap places. But only in God's tongue. After that, 1 through 8 scattered.
Give me a logic test as you're kind of going through this.
Okay. You know what? We'll use a boon here.
Okay. There is a sequence. It requires all 3 types of things to line up for
Yeah.
each door. But you might have the pieces you need to determine what is what. Can you name them? Because each of the paintings has a clue for each of the 3 peepholes that you look through.
Let me think here. So, moons, waxing, waning, numbers, God's tongue. So it has an order of importance. Time. Okay, so I have to get them all to line up to time. I think thing is what's important would be time in which the paintings were done in order of accordance of their moon cycle. And then the importance of which happened within the realm of the gods that they care about.
Essentially. But how do you determine which thing belongs to which phase of the moon? Because you guys are figuring out what the Gods era thing is. Because Allie found that the number 8 painting with the 8 books is the most recent era. Actually, as Allie, you come out and you look back at that door.
Stick books.
It will have a yellow color, a yellow hue.
Does 6 also have the yellow hue?
Yep.
And
But
2
that
just
is this
lost
is a
Gil.
view that only Indrid can see.
Hmm.
Because they're playing as Insomnium, who is seeing through the dreamscape.
They ask me, I'll let them know.
Yeah, that's why I put the colors out, because I knew you would share that info. How strange.
Yellow hue. Anyone else have an idea here besides me?
Have what?
Anyone here got an idea?
Nah, man. Puzzles ain't my thing.
Do you have
First,
anything?
I thought.
Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Susie, go ahead.
First, I thought maybe clock, like the positioning. Yeah, and then because 8 was at 3 o'clock, like 3 o'clock of the day when the painting was done, kind of deal. And
that might make sense.
If the fireplace was in the evening, which I think it was, but I'm kind of confused about these highlighting and why once we interacted with it, it changed, and this one disappeared. This one had a yellow hue over it before as well.
Suzu, go make me a logic test, because you have a connection with Dirndale here,
You okay?
especially with the moonlight around. It is not just Dirndale here. Apollo, of course. They both support the World Snake. Doesn't look like any of the other gods in the room. Just them. But Dirndale could be using a bit of Apollo's kind of representation, not his power, but picture representation to confuse you.
Okay.
Such as what time of day it is, rather than what time of night it is.
Yeah. Especially a sundial is usually, used for time.
And with all the information you've gotten off the friend network, no picture has the same time of day.
The picture is the same time of day. Yeah. Do you remember looking at the boats, guys? What was that like?
That was about dead noon, when the sun was at its highest.
So that would be midnight in technicality.
Could be. Now, the real question that you guys are going to have to come down to is you could most likely figure out with this information pretty quickly the whole deal. But do you count upwards or do you count backwards? And is everything flipped in reverse? How do you figure that out? Is 1 8 or is it, and vice versa? Or do you count 8 to 1 or 1 to 8? There's got to be another clue somewhere.
The snake, maybe? End is the beginning? Something new?
So, if it is around the world serpent, which way does it go? Because it does wrap on itself.
Mhm.
It's not Ouroboros, but
Yeah, that's all that comes to mind, guys. It's just the at the end when the world's snake eats it all, you know what I mean? It's a start of something new, which would make me think that it's then you can think of it like, hey, you go through all the eras and you end at the end of the numbers, and then you start the new challenge. Think of it that way, I suppose. But that's what first came to mind.
okay.
Just at the end is where you start. But yeah, be interpreted in whichever way.
Um,
I can literally hear the gears turning.
I'll be right back.
You'll be right back?
He's taking shit. Oh, give a sec.
Okay, I didn't know.
Okay,
I have no idea.
I come back in.
8 painting with 8 books. That's the king painting, right?
Yes. Through the friend network, Matt, how is the other group going with the our hero, our bird hero? He's in the friend network.
Thing, a 6 painting. A 6 painting somewhere?
I have not seen a 6 painting yet. If I was a betting man, I'd say it's at the bottom here. Or could also be an option because it was one of the ones that I went through and there was no painting in. Well, I heard a million earlier, so I know we probably didn't lose connection to anybody. Just Matt's being quiet.
We're all just quiet, my guy.
Alright. Could you say the thing you wanted to do again?
Sure. The bird hero in our friend network, Chipney.
Mhm. Yeah.
How are they doing?
They're struggling. They hate this puzzle.
Can you
Cheapney
talk
figured
about?
out how to solve the first step.
Mhm.
He'll describe it to you. They have a different mythical beast, same puzzle in the middle.
Gotcha.
Cheapney has there is the lion turtle. Basically this basically just a huge dragon turtle. Big old long dragon head with kind of that powerful beak. With a massive turtle, usually called the black iron tortoise. It is one of the more powerful ones next to the world serpent. This one is the indestructible variant of the mythical beasts, where this one eats all, this one just doesn't take damage. It is an eternal timepiece. Does not change.
This
They have the
cannot
exact
stand.
same. They have the exact same puzzle. He, they have found out that there are phases of the moon. There's these weird symbol things. And then there are the number things. Loftware is still puzzling some of this out, but he basically says you need to line up the numbers, the symbols, and the moon phases, even if they're out of order logically. He also says it's a alternating puzzle. The more penalties you incur, the more things change around the room, which may need to be done to get certain things in the right order.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
He does know that The things that swap are the things that no one's in the room of. So if you guys want things to swap, make sure the one you want swapped is the painting you pull off, and that no one is in the room behind the door of the one you want swapped. If you want stuff that is not the swap, you need people in those rooms so that they're stagnant. They're static.
Gotcha.
They don't change.
Gotcha.
And that's how you change the numbers. He says it's like a clock. You need to get 1 through 8 in order, but he's still puzzling out how the hell to change the symbol stuff, because it's easy to match it up to the moon phases, because you just got to look at what time of day it is and match it up.
Yeah.
But the numbers and the gods' eras must add up too. And he's not sure how the hell we're going to do that, but we're trying.
I'm gonna talk to
Doesn't seem to be any dangers, but it's getting hard to breathe very quickly.
Yeah. I'm gonna talk to them about the paintings. See if there are any of the same paintings.
They're identical. From the descriptions. But there's no dangers other than the 9th painting. If you look upon the 9th painting, you need to make a save, or you perish.
The 9th painting, eh? I thought there was only 8 paintings.
And he's like, yeah, one of our guys was studying the paintings, and the moment he looked at it, he almost keeled over and died on the spot.
That's rough.
What painting am I looking at right now?
Let me check where you are, Allie. No, you look on that one. It's a bunch of philosophers hanging out in a kind of a very large kind of auditorium, but it's made of stone, kind of like the old Greek philosopher auditoriums. And they're all just lounging around. It looks like they're conversing with each other, and there's 6 people.
6 philosophers.
It looks like breakfast time. Sun's fully out, but it's not even close to noon yet. So.
Okay, I'll put down the time of day for this painting.
Yep.
And the king painting. 6. I don't know how to spell. My best guess. At noon. And the king was
No, this is not noon. This is before noon. So
just
think breakfast time. The sun is halfway to noon, so it's up at a 45-degree angle.
Like brunch?
Nope, breakfast. Or sorry, a little after breakfast.
So like 10 o'clock.
Yeah, 10 o'clock. 9, 10 o'clock, yeah. Oh, yeah.
It was around 3 or 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
So we need the paintings in the right positions, and then we need to activate the paintings in the right order.
Yep. Cheapney is still trying to figure it out on his end, but because of your cool little network trick, Direndale is totally okay with you guys with your prep work communicating with other groups as long as you had established that trick beforehand.
Yeah.
So anything you guys set up with any of the other squads, you guys can abuse that. In fact, you can trade items and stuff with Cheapney.
Yep.
You could trade him
Uh,
paintings. Just fuck everything up totally.
There is a cool thing that group has figured out. If you put Ethereum on the statue, it gives a burst of magical potency, which restores a little bit of the oxygen.
Which is good.
But that'll pour you through the Ethereum very quickly. But it may be just enough. Ethereum that has been refined is 10 times stronger. But again, you have to chew through a lot of Ethereum to get refined. So 1 drop of Ethereum basically is the representation of somebody opening the door once and closing it immediately. So between the groups, it'll go very fast. Especially if one of the groups' dichotomy is not particularly too intelligent on the puzzle side.
Mm-hmm.
So, but as long as there's somebody who's got knowledge of lore and can puzzle things out, those characters will press through.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, nice call, Johnny. Heckin' good call. Asking cheap news on the Friend Network, yeah.
I just knew I had it now, so might as well.
Yep. You can also still contact Salcrack back at home. Questions.
So how do we make them change again, guys? Do we just have to click the painting and make us lose time?
Yeah. I think that's what it has to be.
Oh god.
Yeah. So we want the time of day in the order of the rooms. And then we want to activate the paintings in a certain order, which is in this case eras. That's what my guess would be.
But then the importance of the gods is also important.
And the order, is it backwards or forwards? 8 to 1 or 1 to 8?
Mm-hmm. Easily, there is an answer for that somewhere in this room. Somewhere in this puzzle room, there is an answer as to which direction it goes. Or
moonlight is a reflection of the
trick.
sun.
You said at one point there was a mist. Actually, no. I know what I want to do.
Think early morning mist. Like, it is just starting to warm up, and it has formed a mist, like it normally does at the very, very beginning of the morning, before the sun rises enough to scatter it.
Yeah. So, do we think we have the order of the times down?
We got 6 is 9 to 10. We have king, which is 3 o'clock. We have it's the only 2 I know so far. The fireplace I'm not sure of. I know it's night-ish.
Mm-hmm.
That one has no indicator as to what time it is, because even though injured went inside, there's no indicator as to what time it is outside.
And the two paintings, are they around the same time?
They look to be identical in time.
So early morning, when first morning dew hits, that would be what?
4 to 5 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah,
And which one are you looking at for that picture?
it's Sister Castles.
The lookout towers, yeah. So it looks like you guys have, because remember, there's new moon, waxing, kind of there are 3 stages of waxing towards noon, and then 3 stages of waning towards new moon. So you got half moon waxing at the 3 o'clock position, or half moon waxing. Yeah, it is. Yeah, on the 3 o'clock position, and at the 9 o'clock position on a clock, you have the half moon waxing. So
What about the Jester painting?
that one was pitch black in the background.
So
Like
this is
pitch black, and it had 7 flames on it. Oh, you mean no? That was
No,
the
the
skull
Jester.
painting. Oh, the
Yeah.
jester.
Yeah.
He was juggling 4 orbs. It is just the start of evening, so the sun is well on its way down, but not quite so that you can't see the sun anymore.
So
The
7
time an
o'clock.
evening party would be, yeah, around 7 o'clock.
All right. So there's that. Plate with 3 pies. That would indicate dinner.
Depends on what kind of pies they are, but yeah, I'm
They're
on the
meat
same.
pies.
Sweet meat pies are eaten at all times during the day by the nobility. They had an obsession with sweets so bad they'd eat it for breakfast, lunch, dinner, brunch, whatever they can. You guys know that from your history lessons. Humans, once they discovered sugar and sweetened goods, that's all they spent their money on. If you had money at all. Yeah. It was also by physicians at the time considered nutritious and a healthy breakfast, because you would serve it with some sort of hearty breakfast, and you would drizzle honey on the cakes, and that would be your breakfast dessert. Bit of a red herring on that one because of the lore.
Man, I'm getting a stomachache just thinking about that.
Sorry, Mr.
Yeah.
Pastor.
People like there were people who would eat sweets despite being heavily diabetic because of their overconsumption of sugar, and they would eat it, throw it up, and then eat more cake.
Yeah.
In fact, some people became diabetic and lactose intolerant because of how much sugar they were eating and how much cake, a dairy product.
What? Is there anyone that we're missing, guys? Um. Okay. I think the least important one is the red herring. I think
Specifically, not the fish.
I lost red herring right now, but yeah, no, I think that the red herring is our least important one. I think that it is the one we need to care, the one that needs to go first. Because either number one's going to be the least or most important.
So you want me to go tap on the painting that's after the door?
What do you guys think?
I think we need to make sure like we want to move the paintings to where their positions are, like the time of day, right? Or we should get inside the rooms we don't want them to change at.
Yeah,
Like
sure.
if we know this one is okay. Go ahead.
Susie, a big important piece of information from Cheat Me. I made a bunch of rolls for them. If you pick up a painting in the correct order numerically, not with the symbol or with the waning, if you pick it up numerically, you can move it to another room. And if you hang it on any wall surface, the painting already in there disappears to the other room that has an opening.
Okay.
The only painting that is an outlier that can appear anywhere, even having two in the same room, is the death painting, which you need to be careful of because it will give off telltale signs of the painting you're looking for. It plays coy. So if you're like, man, I can't find the pastry painting, I'll just follow the smell.
Right.
The death painting can pose as any of the other paintings until you look at it. It doesn't change the painting, what's on it, but it can lure you in by sight, sound, or smell. Not sight, sound and smell. Because the boat one, you can smell salt in the air, and then the crashing of waves before you even see it. So can the death painting. But once you turn the corner, you're like, there you are. You're like, crap. It's that thing.
We know it's number 9, right?
It's number 9. Yeah.
So number 9. Wait, hold on. Number 9, right? So what? This statue has 3 holes, 6 curves.
No.
Painting number 9 is Jormungandr. Or the World Serpent, sorry.
Jormungandr's fine. That's one of the many. That's one of his many, many names.
So yeah, painting number 9 is Jormungandr hunting us through here via the painting.
Mm-hmm.
He eats the passageways. Affinity for all the elements. Okay. So King's number 1. So if we pick him up, we can move him to door number 1.
If he is number 1, they haven't confirmed the king is number 1. He's like is cheaply specified. If you pick up the paintings in the correct order, then whether it's number 1 or number 8, you're not sure. That you could move it. And when Cheapney tried to tell you the painting itself, which is correct, it gets jarbled across the communication. He can't let you cheat. He can't give you the answers. But he can give you tips on stuff they've picked up, but not the answers itself.
I'm going to study the God's Tongue numbers for a bit.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Are they in a neutral God's Tongue, or are they in?
They're in
Idea
perfectly neutral.
Okay.
It's actually hyper specifically the collective agreed upon pronunciation and structure of the pantheon. This is the true neutral communication. It's what the gods use to write history about. So when things happen and they wish to record stuff, they use this very specific nuance.
Okay.
So,
and is it just a symbol, or is it like a text?
it is a single symbol, but the symbol, of course, means worlds apart. It does represent each of the different eras that mattered to all of the gods. So they all came together and went, we agree that this was a significant moment. Mark it as a number.
Okay.
And you do know they count up.
Yeah, so one.
By your expertise, 0 is not a number for them. 0 is when they beat the other pantheon for supremacy.
All right, and then so everything goes
that
up from
ended
there.
up becoming 1 was when they won. That was 1 because 0 is the time before, and the time before isn't recorded. They don't really have a 0 number.
But 1 counts as their victory.
1 counts as the first victory, the one that they joined. And they took over the other pantheon, kicked them out, and took over this place. And they declared that as the first significant point. The first significant event. So 1. All right, guys. I gotta go.
All right.
Thank you. We will pick it up next week. I think you guys will have solved it nice and easy. But thank you for playing today.
Yeah.
It was fun.
Yeah.
And we'll see you next time.
What's going on, Matt? Where are you going?
I have a birthday that I am going to go join the last part of.
Good stuff.
Have fun.
I didn't want to cancel, but they're not going to go late into the night because we're all old. So no late night parties. But we're going to get together, play some Magic cards, get some beer, play some board games, and then go to bed.
Gotcha.
Talk to you later.
Be safe.
Yeah.
You know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna peace out as well, people.